morning YouTube, good morning friends, what's up? This is Ralph Vlogs bringing you all the action from Mumbai. Yeah, nice cloudy weather. The weekend is near, long weekend, and today we are going to discuss something very important, which is I can say in vogue in the biking community. So what is it? It's ABS, this anti-lock braking system. Now we all know the RC 390, the Duke 390, all the big bikes have it. Now you have single channel ABS which Bajaj gives. Even Suzuki has now offered in their Suzuki SF. So yeah, it's good. Now today what we are going to discuss is the pros and cons, and also I will also attach an illustration video later which will explain you the pros and cons of ABS. Basically ABS is an electronic system wherein your brakes don't lock up. So for a layman term, your brakes will not lock up on hard braking. Now this is really nice, but I won't go to the technicals of ABS, but what is happening is in today's generation, or the buying method of a bike depends upon ये bike में ABS है क्या, and if at all there is ABS, then only I'll ride it. That is the mentality what is I've seen, especially people who buy Duke 390s. That is their first big bike. I'll make it really short and sweet here. Not much, I'll not go around the bush. If it's your first bike, do not buy an ABS bike. Trust me. Learn on a non-ABS bike and then progress onto an ABS one. Because what happens is you will be relying more on the electronics rather than your own rider skill, or rather learning how to brake efficiently. So what I have done, what I feel is, now I've been already riding Pulsar 200 since 2008, 220, then I bought the Ninja 300 and now the Yamaha FZ25. So all these bikes are non-ABS bikes. Now once I upgrade to a bigger bike, I will upgrade to an ABS bike because I feel the necessity to do so, considering the morons that we have on the road, considering the way people ride, considering the road conditions. So yeah, but I wouldn't buy an ABS bike as my first bike. So the reason I've stated is learn braking and then rely on ABS later. So ABS, always keep it as a backup. Don't let ABS control your braking, you control the bike. So that is what I need to say. And people are actually thinking that ABS is magic. So ABS hai to nahi girunga main, so I won't fall, I won't skid. Yes, you will, because there might be 10 positive things about the ABS, but yes, there is definitely a negative side as well. Where negative? Let me explain. Gravel, slippery surfaces like wet conditions, the braking distance will increase. Now what will happen is, when you come out from a non-ABS bike onto an ABS bike, okay, you will find this difference very evident. What happens in on gravel is that the braking distance increases because of the traction that the road offers. So you need to brake early. Now this is something that people who rely on ABS don't believe. So when you're riding fast, it's not that ABS will save you every time. If there's gravel, or if at all there is some some slippery surface that you're riding on, say for example even on wet, ABS will take time and your bike will take time to brake. So instead of the braking distance being like say 20 meters, the bike will not brake easily. It will take time. The braking distance will increase. So keep that in mind and don't think that I can ride fast, it's the hand of God, ye mujhe bacha lega kabhi bhi. No. You see the accidents on the KTM 390 Duke, because what is happening is people are relying on ABS. The bike has tremendous power, and what happened is those two things coupled together makes a very dangerous combination, wherein you are too overconfident on the electronic system, so you think that I can go fast, I can be safe, but no, that is not the way. So apart from the pros and the cons, please keep this in mind while buying your bike. And yes, if at all you have ridden a non-ABS bike first, you can go it for an ABS bike. I'm not against ABS, mind you, I'm not against ABS, but what I'm against is a mentality that people are having for ABS. So ABS is good, ABS saves lives. I'm happy that the government is getting the regulation by 2018 wherein all the bikes will be ABS equipped, whether single channel or dual channel. I will always prefer a dual channel ABS than a single channel, but theek hai, agar de raha hai to de raha hai. In that price range for a 150cc bike, if at all they're giving a single channel ABS, that's awesome. And single channel ABS they will give on their front brake, because that's where the maximum braking force is, not on the rear. But if at all you can afford a dual channel ABS bike, yes, the price increases by say 15 to 50,000 rupees depending on the manufacturer. So go for an ABS bike, guys, but remember what I've said, do not rely on it. Do not rely on ABS always. It saves you in a panic situation, but still keep this in mind. So to all my subscribers out there who say that I need an ABS bike, just keep this in mind and go for an ABS bike, but remember what I've said. Peace. And coming back is the video on how ABS has its positives, so please do watch it. Thank you and have a lovely weekend, guys.
There are many reasons to choose a motorcycle as your form of transport. Whether you ride to save a few dollars, to make parking easier, or for the feel of the open road, it's important to be aware of the risks of riding a motorcycle. Despite what you do, or how good a rider you are, things can still go wrong. In an emergency, normal brakes can lock, reducing the bike's stability and increasing the risk of crashing. Anti-lock braking system technology may help prevent this problem. So how does motorcycle ABS work? During an emergency braking situation, the wheels can lock up, causing the motorcycle to skid or slide out from underneath. A bike with ABS has electronic sensors to detect lockup before it occurs. When the rider applies the brakes, ABS can then apply just the right amount of brake pressure to maximise braking performance. This helps the bike slow down without losing traction, reducing skidding and stopping distance. Here are two scenarios where ABS can reduce the risk of injury. As a rider, you would know that car drivers may not always look for motorcyclists, and vehicles can suddenly turn in front of you from a side street. Even though this is not the rider's fault, the rider will have to deal with the consequences. If your motorcycle is not equipped with ABS and you brake suddenly, the wheels may lock up, causing the bike to skid. In wet weather, when traction is poor, stopping safely is even more difficult. ABS can help by preventing the wheels from locking up, significantly reducing stopping distance. As this comparison shows, an average rider on a motorcycle without ABS, travelling at a starting speed of 80 kilometres per hour, will take 30 metres to come to a complete stop. The same motorcycle with ABS, under the same on-road conditions, has a stopping distance up to 3 metres shorter. Another scenario is when an oncoming vehicle suddenly turns right in front of you at an intersection. This also is not the rider's fault, but in order to avoid a collision, you may have to slow down while attempting to swerve around the oncoming vehicle. This comparison shows the difference ABS can make. ABS is useful for all riders, not just beginners. The technology is beneficial in most on-road situations and is now available on many new models. If you're in the market for a motorcycle, choose one with ABS. It'll help you stay safe and stay on the road.